It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today we are out in the bush and we're cutting our property lines. If you remember, there's a video a little while back and it was trespassers on the property. It ended up being my neighbor. He kind of put a fire pit and had a little camp out area with his kids. And he didn't quite know where the property ended. So we kind of discussed it, and it partially is my fault. I didn't have a clear line where the property is. I don't have a fence. So how in the world would anyone know? So I said, I'm going to just be cutting a nice line in the property to make sure that people can see it. That weekend I cut a good stretch up to the front. Now I've got I got to go to my west property line, and then I'm going to go to the other side of the property, and hopefully we'll get the whole east side done. I'm not going to be able to get the back or this side done today, but you know, we're going to take little bits at it till the whole property is posted and signs, and there's a distinct line where the property ends. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to cut our property line. So let's go. Okay, so I guess it's 3 weekends ago now I cut that stretch just so people would actually know where the property line is. I made sure the road is actually fully on my side of the property. So now we have to cut through here. This is going to be some seriously heavy brush, and I have to make it big enough for my tractor to come through. It's got to be at least wide enough for the tractor so we can use the blade and try to make as best of a road as we can as possible. I do want a distinct presence in here. I'm cutting that path, that property line, and I'm going to try to get out there with the four-wheeler quite regularly just to take a rip around, make sure that no funny business is happening, because nothing better than actually having presence on the property. You can have signs, you can have fences, but if they know you're around, they're less likely to come on it. We'll be using the Massey 50 with the front Dozer blade, and I never did get around to fixing my Holzforma chainsaw, so we're down to the still using the Stihl 08S. You know what? I actually don't mind running it. It's actually a nice old saw, so we'll just run that for a bit. I do need to get to fixing my 372 XP clone saw for sure. There shouldn't be too many trees, at least any of great size, that I have to cut down, because the surveyors came through here with one of those tracked Bombardier vehicles, because I remember it. So there might be some small trees in between here and the pin, but there shouldn't be too many big ones. Got the property line cut, at least so the tractor can get in and we can try to level this all out. Right up to the corral. I never did ask what the corral was for. I think they were putting tarps up or something so you couldn't see the fire. Otherwise, I really don't know what that would be for. And I really didn't think to ask. And it really doesn't matter anyways. So, okay, so now we're gonna go get the tractor, and we're gonna try to level this out. got stuck in there, and I just kind of powered through the brush and I just drove over all this. I'm gonna come in with the chainsaw. We're gonna cut this up a little bit, but on my way back, I am gonna try to clean up this area. We'll just continue on down the trail and see if we can get more of it done. Wow. You know, the tractor does a good job just getting in there. That front dozer blade was definitely worth installing for sure. Okay, so she ain't pretty, but she's making it through. I broke the loader. There's a crack right there, and I got like a stick jammed in so I don't lose my loader. That's really getting bush league, but I don't want to go back all the way to the house. We're making it through for sure. Okay, so made it all the way this far. It's actually, it really does get easier as it goes this way. So the property line, where is it? Right there. So we're gonna go right through here and straight, and I'm not gonna cut any of those trees. I'm just gonna kind of come around. As long as I'm close to my property line so I can drive around, I don't care. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is cut around that tree because my property line's right there. We're just gonna go around. I don't want to have to cut big, healthy trees just to get to my property line. And then I can kind of go around, and that's close enough to the property line for me. You know what? The tractor does a decent job going through the bush, but it takes a lot to make a trail. That's one thing I have learned. It does take a lot to actually make a trail, clear it, and actually make it passable. So, wow, we're getting there. We are at the surveyor's peg. My dad went around and pounded in posts right near the surveyor's peg, so it made it easy to find. He was always thinking, eh? There you go, the trail is done. It's all the way to there. When that thaws out, I'm gonna try to even out that low spot, and probably will run the bush hog down here as it grows up. But for sure, if I want to come through here with the bush hog, I'm gonna have to fill in that hole. So maybe if I get an excavator here or something, we'll go around and fix the trails. But the old Massey did good. The only casualty of the day is my loader. I think someone must have made this thing, or at least they didn't weld it very strong. And she finally let go. The bracing really doesn't have a good weld on it. So there's another thing to fix, but otherwise the Massey did good. So I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna try to cut a little more on the far side, but probably this is all I'm gonna video today. And then another day we got to go around and try to post the property, which is gonna be fun too. I won't be able to post the whole property, but all the front part that's closer to the road and the houses, we're gonna try to get all posted maybe by next weekend. So at least people know they're not supposed to go in there. But you know what? That's about enough for today. You guys have a good